What do you get when you cross a chimichanga with a pack of filthy street rodents? No, Pixar hasn't greenlit our amazing idea for Ratatouille 2. Darn it. We're talking Deadpool and Squirrel Girl on today's Nerdist News. She climbs trees. She collects nuts. Oh, if I had a dime for every time. She commands an army of bushy-tailed rodents who have helped her take down some of Marvel's most intimidating foes. She is Squirrel Girl. But could she ever find a home on the big screen alongside Iron Man, Cap, and the rest of the MCU? Well, with a slate that already stretches right up to 2020, it seems unlikely that Squirrel Girl will be receiving the cinematic treatment anytime soon. But the seeds, or acorns, for such a development may have been planted last week when Anna Kendrick expressed interest in taking on the role of Tony Stark's would-be sidekick. When asked in an interview with Net-a-Porter if she ever thought about playing a superhero, Kendrick replied that she could one day see herself slipping on the brown, fur-covered spandex of Marvel's quirkiest college-aged superhero. My brother sent me a Squirrel Girl comic because he thinks I should, Kendrick said in the interview. I don't know what Squirrel Girl does other than be half squirrel, but I could be half squirrel. I see it. All right, so maybe Anna doesn't exactly have a Marvel wiki worth of knowledge about Doreen Green, aka the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. I mean, come on, guys. She is so much more than half squirrel. Technically, she isn't really half squirrel at all. She's a superhero with squirrel-like powers and a very squirrel-like tail. She's also a brilliant computer scientist, an amazing babysitter, and one of the few superheroes to write their very own theme song. Still, despite her not really knowing the character, the internet took no time in declaring Anna's potential casting pitch perfect. Within hours of the interview posting, there were swarms of supportive tweets, Facebook posts, and fan art. While we here at Nerdist News agree that Anna Kendrick as Squirrel Girl would in fact be aka-awesome, we can't help but feel like all of this is strangely familiar. A quippy, quirky superhero from the outer fringes of Marvel, slowly building up their popularity, working their way into the mainstream, while simultaneously an A-list movie star starts taking a vocal interest in the role, garnering more attention and more visibility for a character once considered unfilmable. Could we potentially be witnessing the Deadpool effect back in action? Sure, maybe it's a stretch, but there's no denying the similarities between these two characters and the trajectory they've taken on the pages of their respective comic books. Like Deadpool, Squirrel Girl was created as a slightly ignorable, one-off character who found new life when a new team of creators decided to take her in an overtly comedic direction. And now, under the care of writer Ryan North and artist Erica Henderson, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl has become one of Marvel's most consistently popular titles. Sure, the merc with the mouth and the girl with the squirrels may favor slightly different levels of violence in their superheroing, but at their hearts, they're both sardonic meta-jokers with a penchant for poking fun at their own adventures. If Kendrick can stay vocal about her interest in the role, the same way Ryan Reynolds never let the world forget how much he wanted to play Deadpool, then maybe a Squirrel Girl movie isn't so far out of the realm of possibility, especially since it seems to be on Marvel's mind at least a little bit. In Squirrel Girl's OG origin story, she was a mutant, but in her latest series, she was revealed to be medically and legally distinct from a mutant. That was the same kind of retcon that Marvel wormed into X-Men a few years ago when they revealed that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch weren't mutants either, meaning that Fox no longer had complete control over them and they were allowed to come to play in the big ol' Avengers sandbox. Downgrading Squirrel Girl to non-mutant could mean that the company has envisioned a cinematic future for her, even if it's not till deep into the 2020s. But what do you guys think? Is Anna Kendrick the right casting for Squirrel Girl? Does she have the star power to get a movie going? Is there Deadpool-level potential with the character, or are we crazy? Let's discuss. One would say, are we nuts? Whoa. Hey! That wasn't even in the prompter! Well, it looks like the age-old AT-AT versus AT-AT controversy lives on. This weekend, our Facebook video officially declaring a pronunciation winner got a bunch of Minoc feathers ruffled. If you haven't seen it, hit up facebook.com/Nerdist and join the comment Thunderdome. And yes, I know Minocs don't have feathers.